using object model, it's nothing but when we are going to display the ALV using CL underscore salve underscore. Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome to the next session of Master Ops ABAP. And in this session, we are going to see the ALV using the object model. So what is ALV using object model? It's nothing but when we are going to display the ALV using CL underscore salve underscore table class, then this is known as ALV using object model. So let me show you. So this is the agenda for today's session, ALV object model. That means using the CLV underscore salve underscore table class, we are going to see how we can display the ALV, how we can set the hotspot, how we can handle the hotspot, how we can display the standard toolbar, how we can display the standard function, and how we can display the traffic color. So these are the agenda for today's session. Before going ahead, let's quickly have a quick recap what we have done in our last session. In last session, we have seen the ALV display using two important classes called CL underscore GUI underscore ALV underscore grid and then CL GUI ALV container. So we were using these two class and displaying the ALV. We have seen over there how we can remove the standard tool, how we can display the push button in the field label, how we can set the color at the cell level, and how we can display the hotspot. So all these we have seen. These were the two important take away from yesterday's session, cell style and the cell color. If you want to display a specific cell with a specific style, these two attribute we need to add it. Okay, these two attribute we need to add it, and we have seen how we can populate these two attribute based upon some condition. If we want to display based upon some condition, how we can do so, right? And then this is just a hint. You can just refer this particular PPT for, and in the layout, we have to pass this particular two extra fields so that the system would come to know, okay, we are using those two fields for the purpose of one for the purpose of cell style and one for the purpose of cell color. So that's the whole idea. All right. Okay, then it's fine. We got a revision, and now let's go and see about CL underscore salve underscore table. So going to log in into SAP. Go to AC38, and here ALV using object model. Okay, so here we have the program, and now we are going to display the ALV, using the object, using the ALV object model. So whenever we tell the ALV object model, that means CL underscore salvi underscore table class comes into picture. CL underscore salvi underscore table class, this is the combination of the normal class which we have seen, CLGY ALV underscore grid, plus reuse the conventional function module, okay, for ALV, conventional function module for ALV. That means reuse ALV grid display, reuse ALV list display, and there are so many other function module, right? So these are the combination of the normal classes and the conventional function module, the CL salvi underscore table. Okay. So benefit of using the CL underscore salvi underscore table is that you don't have to create the container and all, right? It's very simple to use. Okay. Let me create one program and show you. So for example, let's suppose we have to fetch some data from a Mara table or any table you can take. I'm just taking the data from a Mara table. Okay. So the first step over here, fetch the data. So perform get underscore data, and inside this, I'm just going to get the data. Okay. So select Matner mtart matkl from Mara into table at the rate gt underscore Mara up to 100 rows. Let's suppose gt underscore Mara I'm going to declare globally. Let's suppose if I declare over here, will I be able to use it outside of this subroutine? Anyone? Here inline declaration I can do, but will I be able to access it over here? Very good. No, we won't be able to do it because it will be declared the scope of this GT underscore Mara will be inside of this subroutine only, not outside of this subroutine. So GT underscore Mara will not be able to access outside, and that's the reason I don't want to use the inline declaration over here. Rather, I would like to declare it outside. So types begin of TS underscore Mara, Matner type, Matner, mtart type, mtart, and matkl type, matkl. End of TS underscore Mara, and then data GT underscore Mara type table of TS underscore Mara. So we declare this GT underscore Mara, and this we can use it. We have to tell that this is my host variable because I'm using the new OpenSQL, right? Check the syntax, it's fine. And here I'm going to use the CL underscore salvi underscore table, and it is having one factory method, this factory method, if you pass this factory method, this GT underscore Mara internal table, it will give you, an object. Okay. It will give you an object. Here you can see that importing R salvi table. So we can use over here the inline declaration. See the benefit of inline declaration. All right. Geo underscore, just a moment. I need to plug in by battery. Fine. So here we have to get the object. So directly I'm defining the object, declaring the object over here. And what will happen that using this object, you can just and display. You have one display method and you will be able to display the data, right? You will be able to display the data. These all things is not required. So just I'm going to remove, check this syntax and activate this one. And you can enable the catch block. If you want to enable this catch block, what you have to do, you have to put this one inside the try and end try, right? So if you want to enable this catch, you can put inside try and end try so that it will work. Check the syntax and activate this one. And now we can display this, right? Press F8 and it's running, I think. And you can see that data is now displayed, right? So it's simple. Just you have to call the factory method of ALV object model class CL underscore salvi underscore table, right? And you are getting the object and you are passing the GT underscore Mara and just you are using the method display of this particular object in order to display the data, right? Is it clear for everyone? So simple, right? It's simple, correct? Very good. Thanks for the confirmation. Now one question to everyone. Let's suppose you are not there on the NetWeaver 7.40 onwards, right? Then will it work? This data will work, this keyword? It will not work, right? It will not work. Very good. Now, if it will not work, then how you will determine how you have to define this one, right? Because this data keyword like this, it will not work if you are on the lower version than NetWeaver 7.40. Then in that case, you have to define this. How will I come to know what is the type ref2? Means what is the type, from where I will get the type, right? So I think you know already. Let me show you once again. Click on this factory and see here. It's the what exporting parameter type ref2 CL underscore salvi underscore table. So just copy this one, go back, and here just you will have to do like this. Copy, paste. So you declared like this. So you have to declare like this. Okay. Check the syntax, activate, activate, right? And again, if you run it, you can get the data so quickly, right? So this is one thing. Now you can see that here you don't have any standard function. Okay. Here you don't have a standard function. I don't have any sorting or something like that. So if you want to display some standard function, how you can do so, right? How you can do so for displaying the standard function. Okay. So just go back. Okay. And sometimes what will happen, this also you will not be able to see this back button, you know, this cancel button, exit button, all these things you will not be able to see. Then in that case, yeah, so what actually I was telling to you, that sometimes on some of the version, I'm not sure which version onwards, even this back button, this exit button, cancel button, you will not be able to see. Okay, because we are on the highest version, you know, on the latest version, That's why we are able to see by default, right? If you are not able to see, what you can do that before displaying this, you have one method over here. What's the method? Geo underscore ALV underscore table. It is having the method control space set screen status. Okay, the method is set screen status. Why? Because that back button, cancel, and all these things comes under what? That comes under the GUI status only, correct? And the standard function will also come under the GUI status, right? So here you can go and set a screen status. This function, we can use it. You can give the report name. There is one standard report. However, you can use any report, but if you use any other report, you have to handle the back functionality, cancel, exit, all those functionality explicitly. Okay, but if you are going to give the standard report and standard status, then you don't have to do, because already it is handled by the system program. Okay, so Salvi standard is the name of report. Sorry, this is name of the PF status. Okay, and the name of the report. So already I have done this research and I have found that this particular, so you can find this from the SAP help documentation, what actually you have to, or you can simply Google it out. Okay, no one remember. So this is Salvi test function and Salvi standard. This is what you have to use, functions. Okay, just pretty pin to check the syntax and activate this one, right? So here you can see that some two function, the custom function is now started appearing. Okay, for this, if you want to handle the functionality at user command, so there is a event, right, at user command. On that you can check at user command. Just put the breakpoint over here and see. It should trigger this one. Okay, activate this, press F8 and click on this button. It's not triggering, right? It should trigger, correct? Okay, not a problem. I will check, like, but what actually I'm trying to tell you over here, that if you want to display those buttons, we can use this report and this PF status, and it will start displaying this back button, all these things will start displaying. And here, if you are getting some standard function that we need to handle, right? So generally this we handle under the at user command. Okay, but here it's not getting triggered. I need to check what's the problem. Okay, here at user command, let me check once again. Yeah, just I'm thinking what's getting wrong actually, because this is the function, right? And whenever we take any action on the function at user command, events get trigger, right? But it's not getting trigger. Need to check. Not an issue. Okay, so this is the normal ABAP stuff. Okay, so here we are using the CL underscore Salvi underscore table, and maybe due to that something is need to be taken care more, and that's why it is not getting triggered. Fine. Now, another point over here, if you want to display all the function, okay, a standard function, we can uncomment this one and c underscore function underscore none. So by default, it is going to be c underscore function underscore none. Instead of this, what we can do that, we can pass the all function. So let's go to this geo underscore cl underscore salvi underscore table, and here under the attribute section you will be having c underscore function underscore none, c underscore functions underscore default, right? You can see that for a default, and c underscore functions underscore all. So this also we can pass it and we can see all the standard function. Petty printer c underscore functions underscore all, right? Constant we have to pass. So to access the constant, this is how we have to do. Check the syntax, activate this one, and press F8. And you can see that all the standard functions is now started appearing. Okay. Now, if you want to sort in ascending order, you can see that it will sort in ascending order, right? Here, if you want to sort in descending order, you can sort. So this is what, if you want to enable the function, we have to pass this. Okay. Now let us suppose if you want to set the hot spot. Okay. If you want to set the hot spot on a particular field. Okay. So what I will do now, I will modularize the code so it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. So here I will use the perform get ALV object, something like that, some method, and inside this method I will put all this code. So Control X, double click on this yes button. Okay. And I'll put it over here, right? So we got this object globally declaration. We will keep it global so that we will not have to worry. Okay. So just doing the modularization a little bit, and here this we understood like how to perform set status and function. So this I will put inside this subroutine. Okay. So looks good now. Let's see. It should not have any problem and display the same result as it was displaying earlier. So press F8 and it's displaying fine. So it's working fine. Let's go back. And now what I want to tell you over here, that if you want to set the hot spot, so using ALV object model, how we can do that. I will show you that, but let me tell you some interesting part, theoretical part. So now you will be able to relate. So ALV we can use in three ways. One is the reuse ALV grid display, the traditional method, right? Reuse ALV list display, reuse ALV grid display. Another is the using normal classes like CLGUI, ALV grid, CLGUI custom container, right? And the third one is the ALV using object model. So the main class for ALV table display using object model is CL Salvi model, right? CL Salvi model. It was introduced in NetWeaver 2004. It is bundle of existing ALV tools like reuse ALV grid display, ALV list display, and CLGUI. So it is the combination of existing stuff. Simply grouped them together and just for using it simply. Then that means it is having both container based functionality and full screen. If you want, you can use the container in this also, right? For hierarchical ALV, the Salvi class is CL. So if you want to use a hierarchical ALV, we can use the CL underscore Salvi hierarchical table. And for tree ALV, we can use the, so tree ALV also we can create, and hierarchical ALV also we can create. So in this session, I might not be able to show you, but I think I'm already having the recorded session and I will share with you, okay, with along with all those design patterns classes. Okay, so these two you can go through the videos and learn from there. Now, limitations in ALV object model. What is the limitation? Means what is the some drawback, maybe we can tell it. You can't color a cell or a specific row, but you can color a column. You can color a column in this ALV object model. Okay. The number of columns are restricted to 90. More than 90 column you will not be able to use in CL Salvi table. The output length of a column is restricted to 128 characters. So for here, like this can be the maximum for a material or for material, any kind of field. Maximum output length is going to be 128 characters. More than that, if any field is there, you will not be able to display it. For sorting and subtotals, you use a total 9 levels of column, right? So sorting means if you want to sort maximum 9 column, you can select together and you can sort 9 level of sorting or 9 levels of subtotal only you can make it. Okay, that these limitations are, you know, there, but still like 9 levels of column sorting is sufficient. 128 characters, mostly we are not going to have more than 128, right? Because field length is less than that. If some long text field is there, then only problem will come, but otherwise everything is fine. And number of columns 90 is more than sufficient, right? The output is column oriented. You are only able to display flat structure, and so in CL Salvi underscore table, the output is mainly column oriented. I will show you what is the meaning of column oriented. Technically, it is column oriented. Okay. Nested table is not possible to be displayed, right? Tables displayed using ALV is not ready for input. If you insert the table as grid in container, you are not able to. So these are some limitations we are having. Okay. So hope you got more idea about CL underscore Salvi underscore table. And now we have to display the hot spot on the field Mara. So Matner, let's suppose on Matner, I want to display the hot spot. So how to do that? So in the first step, get the object with reference to CL underscore Salvi underscore table underscore columns. Okay. So get the reference to all columns, all columns. So there is a class. Okay. So if you remember this object only, geo underscore ALV underscore table, this is the main class. This is the base class. From here itself, we are going to get everything. So here you have a method called get columns. This method, select it, and this will return you. If you double click over here on this get columns method, you know, here it is having a returning parameter. You can see that it's a returning parameter. If you put the cursor, returning parameter. And you know that the benefit of returning parameter is variable we can declare left side of the calling class. Okay. So here you can see CL Salvi columns table. This we can go and declare one reference variable, right? And we can call this particular method and get the object of this particular class here. This is what we are having. So let's go and do that. Because NetWeaver 7.40 onwards, we are there on directly. I'm going to use data keyword and geo underscore all columns, right? So we are getting the reference for all the columns using this method. It was having one returning parameter. That returning parameter is going to get assigned to this particular reference, and this will work for object. This will work as an object for us, right? Now, this is having, so this is what? Here you are getting all the columns of this particular ALV table. But here, I want to set the hotspot on a specific column, right? So all the columns we got, now get a single column. What we have to do? We have to get a single column. So here also you have one method called get column. So first what we did? First we got all the columns over here. Now we are going to get the single column. Get the single column. Get the single column out of all the columns. Here all the columns we got, and from here we are going to get the single column on which we have to set the hotspot. So Matner, so I'm getting the reference for Matner column over here and just assign this one geo underscore Matner ALV or Matner column, something like that. I'm just going to write. Okay. So this is also having a returning parameter. If you go and check it, okay, see, it is having a returning parameter. So this reference automatically created and the returning value will be assigned to the reference of this, and that's it, right? Now once you got this one, then what actually you have to do? You have to assign the reference. You have to create one more. Let me show you. Remove this catch. If you want to use the catch, you have to put inside the try and catch block, right? Now, one class is there. Okay. What's that class name? The class name is CL Salvi column table. That class name is the CL Salvi column table. So geo underscore Salvi table type ref to CL underscore Salvi underscore column underscore table. What is the use of this class? So if you want to play with a individual column to set some specific attribute, this is the class which we can use, CL Salvi column table. So what I will do that, I will open one MS Paint over here and I will try to make you understand. Control V, this is the class. Okay, CL Salvi column table underscore table. Okay, underscore not coming. And here what you have the class, what reference is coming over here? Just to go and see CL Salvi column, right? CL Salvi column. So just I am writing somewhere CL Salvi I think it didn't get copied properly. CL Salvi column. This is one class. Okay. And now this, what is this class? Let's say CL Salvi columns table. Here, if you see that, CL Salvi columns table. So see here what you have, one is CL Salvi columns table you have, right? Another you are having CL Salvi column, and one more you are having CL Salvi column table, right? So columns table means all column, right? It's simple to understand. All columns. Columns means all columns. It's plural, right? CL Salvi column table over here, if you see, this is for a single column table, right? For a single column. This is for a single column table. It's a column table, means the table containing all the columns. Here table containing the single column. Okay, the system is using this class as a table containing the single column. Okay, and this is generic. This is generic. CL underscore Salvi underscore column. This is generic. So let's go and see in the system how the relationship has been designed. Okay, so let me open SC24 and now come to this. We'll go CL Salvi column table, CL Salvi columns table. Okay, this one. And if you come here, properties, here CL Salvi column list is the superclass. Double click over here, CL Salvi columns, right? So CL Salvi columns is the superclass of CL Salvi columns list, right? CL Salvi, this is columns again. You can see that CL Salvi columns. This is CL Salvi column, not the same, right? Double click once again. This is CL Salvi metadatabase. That's fine. Double click over here. Metadata. That's fine. This is the independent one. So what we understood over here, this is CL Salvi columns table. This class is not having any direct relationship with this class. Got it? Because there is no inheritance relationship, right? I was not able to find anywhere CL Salvi columns is there. It is column only, right? Not the columns. So no relationship. Now CL Salvi column. Let's go and see CL Salvi column. Go back. So just clicked over here on the back button, taking some time. Yeah, fine. So just go back once again, and this time we will give the another class. So CL Salvi column. Okay, CL Salvi column. Click on this display button and go to this properties, and directly here CL Salvi metadatabase. right? Double click over here, CLSLV metadata, metadata, right? So parent class, CLSLV column and CLSLV columns table, both is having the same CLSLV metadata base class as a super class. So just I want to tell you, how the class are, means they are not direct relationship, but its father is the same as its father, right? So both are like a sibling. Okay. And here CLSLV column table, just come here, CLSLV column table, come here, properties, column list, then CLSLV column, right? CLSLV column. So what you got? CLSLV column, CLSLV column table, right? CLSLV column table is having the inheritance relationship with CLSLV column, right? Means this is child of this particular class. Okay. So now come to the program. Now come to the program. What we got? We got the single column for material over here. Now this is for column table, means here you are just getting the column attribute, right? Just you are getting simple the column attribute, just a abstract thing you are getting over here. But here you are going to be the more specific CLSLV column table, right? Means you are referring to the content now, right? So now at the content level, you can set the property with the help of this particular class, right? So you can see here how the relationship we are able to identify. This is inheriting from this, correct? So now geo underscore salvi underscore table is having one attribute called, you can see that here, get alignment, get cell type, get color, so you see here all this. So similarly, like get, we are having set also, this is having set method also. So set cell type, in the cell set type you can pass the hot spot. Okay, in the set cell type you can pass the hot spot. From where you will get this? Okay, from where you will get this, you just go here, click on this yes button, go to the attributes, and in this search for hotspot. So this one, right? For this interface, in this interface, this hotspot has been defined. So you can double click over here or directly go to this interface. Come here, if salvi C cell type, right? Double click, go to this attribute and hotspot, right? So this interface is having the attribute called hotspot, and this we can use. Let's go and see if some aliases has been defined for this particular hotspot, right? So that it will be easy for us to access. There is no alias defined. So how we can access this attribute hotspot of this particular interface, right? We can copy this, right? We can copy this and go to the program. Yeah. So here, Control V and hotspot. Like that, we can access. Okay. check the syntax now. But see here, simply we are creating the reference, right? Simply we are creating the reference of this particular class and trying to use the method, right? So at design time, it will not give us any error, but there is no object created for this particular, right, reference. There should be some object, right? And what kind of object we want to have? This object we want to have assigned to this. Why? Because already we got this object, right? CL salvi column object we got created. This object we got created, and we know that this class is having, you know, uh, so this class is having basically this class is having basically that particular method. Which method? This method, set cell type, right? This class is having method set cell type, right? This class can set the cell type as a hotspot, but actual object is here, right? We are able to get the actual object from this class, right? Method is having this class is having method, but the actual object we are having, right, we are having over here. So how we can assign this object to this object, right? Is it possible or not? Anyone? Just write capital Y if you think that it is possible, or write capital N if you think that it is not possible, right? CL salvit column table is the child class of this class. You know, inheritance relationship is there. So it is possible. Yes, it is possible because the inheritance relationship is there. If there would have not been any inheritance relationship, then the assignment was not possible. So now, can you tell me what kind of, what we are doing basically over here? Casting, right? We are assigning the object of this class to the reference of this class. Why? Because I can access the method of this class from the object of this class, right? Because all the attributes, everything is there over here, right? And from this object and attribute, I want to access this method. Can you tell me what kind of casting this is? So in object oriented ABAP, there are two types of casting mainly, right? One is wide casting and another is narrow casting, correct? So what is this, wide casting or narrow casting? You are going less perspective to more detailed perspective. You are going from lesser perspective to wider perspective. So it is the wide casting. Very good. So I'm going to perform the wide casting now. Come over here and let me remove all this drawing. Okay. So at this moment, there will nothing will happen. It will go into dump, right? If I simply run this one, it will tell that this is a null object and you are trying to access this method and also so let me show you. Press F8 and you can see that zero object reference is not possible because just I'm using the reference. So let's go and do the wide casting. So geo underscore salvi, this one, copy this and paste it. This I have to assign with Matner column table. That's it. But it will give you the error, right? It is telling that cannot be convertible because this is reference to another class and this is reference to another class. So what we have to do, we have to skip at design time check. We have to skip the check at design time. So to skip the check, what we can use? Question mark equal to. Some people also tell this as a wide casting operator. Okay, so either you use question mark equal to or use void casting operator. Both is same thing. Okay. So this is basically what it will do. It will not check at design time. This this assignment from right to left will not be checked at compile time. It will skip this, and hence you will not be able to get the error, right? Hence you will not be able to get the error. So activate this one, activate this, and now you just run this one, and you can see that your this hot spot is now started coming, right? Similarly, you have so many different methods, right? One is the cell type, another you see salvi underscore table. So set, see, set alignment, set color, set set currency column, set decimals, right? Set edit marks, set F4, whatever we were able to see there, right? In the same way, in normal classes, CLGY, ALV grid, right? All this, see, F1, F4, like that you will have to do. If you want to set the F4 over here, like that you'll have to do, right? So this is, if you want to set the icon, set key, long text, optimized, right? Optimized means automatically your length will be adjusted. Okay. What I'm trying to tell, that activate this one, press F8. So Matner will be automatically optimized. Automatically it will be optimized, adjusted. Means it will not like come like this and that. It will be automatically optimized. Okay. So just to go back. So this is the meaning. If you want to set the color, right? In the same way you can set the color. So geo underscore salvi underscore table and set the color, this one. So color value, again you have to pass into this C, let's suppose 510. Check this. Not type computer. Let's see how we have to set it. Okay. So here types LVCS column. So in this way, actually we have to pass, right? In this LVCS column. So here column int and inv, in this format we have to pass, then only it will take it. So hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to tell it, right? ls color type, so normal abap, right? ls underscore color hyphen color equals to 5 I want to pass, and ls underscore color, we have inverse and all. This is not mandatory. So if you want to pass 1, you can pass, but this color inverse and intensification is not mandatory. You can keep it or you can just comment this both. This one, the color one, is the important one. And now pass this ls underscore color over here and it will start working. Activate this one, activate and press F8, and you can see that it has been now in color. So you got the process. This is a little important. That's why we are putting more focus over here. Get all the columns over here. New syntax is making our work very easier, right? Simply use the data statement, inline declaration. You will get the reference of all the columns. Out of all the columns, you have to get the single columns. So you are getting the single column over here. Once you get the single column, you have to get the single column table, right? Because you want to set the attributes. So you can set the attributes on the table directly on the column, right? Will not make sense. And for that purpose, we are creating the reference of CL Salvi column table, right? And because CL Salvi column table is the super class of this one, right? sorry, CL salvi column table is the child class of CL salvi column, right? And already we have the object of this, and this is having all the methods which we require. So we want to assign the object of this to the reference of this. That means we are performing the wide casting, and to perform the wide casting we have to use this operator, so that it will not have the check at runtime, right? Let's do one experiment. Simply I'm going to put equal to, it will give you what? Error, right? Let's try to activate this one. Okay, nowadays in the latest version you can activate. If the error is also coming, you can activate. Click on this activate. See, activate despite error or problems detected. Click on this activate. Got activated, right? Now let's put the breakpoint over here. The main program must be generated, that is fine. So not able to put the breakpoint. The type cannot be covered. That's okay. Let's see, try to run this. So I've just click on the F8 button. Okay, let us see what happens. It went into dump, right? It went into dump. Okay, let me tell you what I was trying to do. What I was thinking, because nowadays we can activate this one, right? Forcefully, right? We can activate here forcefully. So I was assuming that if we run it, it should not give an error runtime, but it is not allowing me to run it. It's telling that it's giving the error, right? It's not working. So we have to use that. Okay, we have to use that one. The wide casting operator we must have to use. There is no other way. So let's go and use this one. Fine. So even you like forcefully going to activate, then also it is not going to work. We must have to use this one. So you got this one, right? Now, if you click on this, what I want to do, a very simple use case, I want to display the detail of this material. Okay, I want to display the detail of this material. So it should come over here, and it should display this particular material. Okay, it should display the particular material. Just it should come and it should display the particular material. This is what our expectation is. Okay, when you click over here, because hotspot you are having. So for doing this one, you have to do in the same way as you have done, right? And now what I'm going to do, this I'm going to uh, put into a subroutine, so that our code will look neat and clean, and it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, perform set hotspot, right? Set color, it was set color. Okay, and what we are doing over here, all these things Also, if you want, you can put, but here you can say that inline declaration I'm using, right? So if I put this one in subroutine, their scope will be limited to that particular subroutine only, right? So if we want to use this all, and next I want to show you that, fine, let it be like this only. Okay, now come over here, set color we have done, create one class hotspot handler, because this is what this is the object oriented way of doing the stuff. So what basically I'm trying to tell you, that CL salvi table, where is that main class? This one, right? Come here, and if you go to the events, CL salvi table, okay, CL salvi table. So here I'm looking for the events basically. So we will be having one hotspot events, click hotspot and like that. So I'm trying to find that CL salvi table, in which class we have that method. I'm trying to find that. Let me see if I have noted it down somewhere. This is we have done. Okay, only for the certain instances, register, this is fine. CL salvi table. Here we are going to get all the events, that's okay. I'm trying to find where I will get that event. So will we get the column table? Is it salvi column table? Let's go and see. Salvi column table events. No, here also we don't have the events. CL salvi columns, is it? So SC24. We have to find out that class where we can find the event CL underscore salvi underscore column. So events, no, it's not there. CL salvi column table, there also it is not there. Columns table, events, where are those events? It should be CL salvi table, I think. No. So let me do one thing. I will quickly Google it out. Otherwise, it will be easy to find out quickly. So interactive ALV using CL underscore salvi underscore table. Okay. Factory method using events. So here they are using this one, that's fine. And now CL salvi column tables, cell type, this we have seen. Handle events method online click, right? So this is what actually I'm looking for. So this method online click, for which event they have created. So definition. Okay, this is the class basically. CL salvi events table class. Okay, this I was looking for. So this one class handler we have to just create of this class, and we have to define that. That's it. Come over here, and now control V CL salvi events table, is the class where we have all the events. Yeah, yes, this one. So double click also we can use, or if you want to use the hotspot, this particular we have to use. So let's go to the program now, change mode, and here we are going to create one method. So class methods directly I'm going to create so that we don't have to create, the object directly, class methods. So event, some name we can give, because when we are going to double click over here, this is the event handler method, right? So display material, just type it over here, display material, or whatever the action you want to perform. Okay, so display material, and in this we can go and check, right, what is the importing parameter and all is there. So what it was for event link underscore click, right? Link underscore click. So for this, if the alias will be there directly, you can use the link underscore click, or directly this complete method you will have to use like this. So let's go and see the aliases. It should be there, I think. You can see that for this big name, you have a simple name and it's public also, visibility. That means we can use link underscore click directly over here. All right. Or if you want to use like this, you can use like this. There is no problem, but it is a bigger name, right? Of class. What is the class? Copy this and paste it over here. And then let's see if it is having some importing, because you should know the material number and all, right? So it should must have some importing parameter. So this is the event parameters and row and column, right? So importing row and column, importing row, column, full stop. So you created the definition, and now the implementation we have to create, class hotspot handler implementation end class. PT printer, check the syntax. What it's telling, implementation missing. Okay, we are going to implement this method, end method, right? And inside this, what row and column you will be getting over there. So let's first see how we are getting the data. Then it will be easier to write the code. Statement is not accessible. You can see that it's telling a statement is not accessible. How then you can access the statement? Type, give the events, the start of selection. Check the syntax, activate this, and press F8. And now if you click over here, it's not triggering. Why it's not triggering, anyone? Why it's not triggering, anyone? Tell me fast. We have to register, right? We have to register the event. So set handler, which handler? Hotspot handler. So class, let's have the good naming convention, CL handler, right? So this class is having a method we have just created, display material. Okay, for object geo underscore lv, for what object, for which object? Now you have to think for which object. For event of CL underscore lv events table, right? And this object geo underscore lv underscore table, right? Geo underscore lv underscore table. So we have to write the set handler. So just put it over here and full stop. Check the syntax. Now what it's telling, set handler for this. The method is only defined for trigger object, but the system attempted to register trigger using. Do one thing, put directly all instances, check the syntax. Now activate this one. Okay, and just press F8. Now click on this and you can see that it's triggering over here. Okay, so display material, now it's triggering, and click on this local and see what are the parameter row we are getting, the third, and the column on which you have triggered clicked. So row is giving on which row number you have press click the button, and column on which column, right? So if column is Matner, so we can write the logic like this under the display this thing method. So here we can write, so if column is Matner, then read table gt underscore Mara index 3 into data wa underscore Mara index 3, right? And in w underscore Mara Matner, you will get that particular what material number, and set parameter ID will have to do. And for Matner, what is the parameter ID? Go to SC11, and from there you will get the parameter ID. Press F7 for this Matner. Further characteristics, this parameter ID is mat. So set parameter ID field wa underscore Mara Matner. So what it will do, that in the memory, shared memory of this Matner, this value will be automatically set, and then you can call transaction mm03 to display the material, or if you want to go into the change mode, you can use the mm02, whatever. So mm03, just I want to display, and call transaction mm03 and skip first screen. Okay, so it will just simply go and skip the first screen, and it will show you the data. So it's telling parameter ID, you'll have to put into single quote and make it capital. F2. Now what's the problem in correct nesting? Method and method if and if. And in else part, you can do that. Message, please select material only, right? Something like that. Information message. PT printer, check the syntax, activate this one, activate and press F8. Okay. So now if you click over here, you can see that it's directly coming and you are able to display the data, right? Again, if you click over here, just select this one and you can see that. So this is how you can do the interactive report in the same way as we were doing over there in the CLGUI ALV grid. Just you have to create one handler class, right? Once you click the handler class, after that, like here you can see that we have to implement the method of the handler method, right? So in the handler method, we are just writing the logic. Is it clear for everyone? Yeah, so whichever you are going to see, this index I'm giving, no, every time index 3 I'm passing. No, this is wrong. This should be row, row. This should be row. Okay. So just press F8 and you can see that 40. It's displaying now 40. And now, right, it's working fine now, right? Earlier it will be always displaying the index 3. Yes. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah. Now it's okay, correct? row 3 will have to give. Even if we can put the breakpoint over here, we can see it. See, breakpoint got trigger, and in row we will get the 13 number row we have. So GT underscore Mara, we will be having the 13 number row in the same way, right? And you got it, right? It's fine now, right, Oscar? Everyone? Yeah, Venkat, yes. Yes, now I have done the user flow. So this is what we have. There are some other stuff also. For example, you know, if you want, you can use the aggregation as well. Okay, how we can use the aggregation? So it's simple. Let me show you quickly. So here, that means if you want to add some currency or quantity field, that can be done. Okay, so first we should have some currency or quantity field. So let's go and see if any field over there in Mara table which is currency or quantity field. So I think any TWR is one currency or quantity field, something like that. No. MNG? No, I need one quantity field. So that aggregation we can have on that NTGEW, net weight. Okay, so NTGEW, just I'm going to put it over here. NTGEW, type NTGEW. Their data element should be also same, right? So it looks good. So currency and aggregation we want to do, right? See here how the net weight. So 0, 0, 0 everywhere the 0, 0, 0 is coming because the data is not there. So what I will do that, where I'm putting the select query, I'll put where NTGEW is not equal to 0. NTGEW not equals to 0. And if some not equals to 0 value will be there, we'll be able to get the data, right? Run this. Why? We have written not equal to 0. Still, either it should display everything or means not 0. I think the comparison is not taking place correctly, right? So just do greater than 0. Because of the data type, you know. Now also the same thing. Let me put the breakpoint and see what's getting wrong. Press F8 and in GT underscore Mara, size sub RC should be what? Size sub RC. Size sub RC here 0, right? It's giving 0 over here. That means we got the data, and here okay, sorry, yes, you were right, correct. We have to put that field also, right? NTGEW. Yeah, thanks. So press F8 and this time it should work fine. Yeah, it's coming, the data is coming. Now what we want actually, this is the material, right? So based upon for each material type, I want to, you know, get the stuff based upon the material type. I want to, you know, like here all this material types we're having, I want to sum it up and I want to display it over here, right? Aggregation based upon the material type I want to perform. So in order to do that, what we have to do, come here. The first step, we are going to create one another object. So create one another object with a reference to you have the CL underscore salvi underscore aggregation. So this is one another class we have. Okay. Now geo underscore aggregation equals to the main class what we are having, the main object CL salvi table, right? This is the main object of the main class, right? This GeoALV table, correct? This is, or directly you can use, no need of declaring this because we are having the returning parameter and we can use the inline declaration. So get aggregations, this method we can use. Okay, you don't want to declare, don't declare it, just use the data keyword and that's it. Once this is the first step, and in the second step, geo underscore AGGR control space, and here we have the option called add aggregation. Okay, add aggregation. So here you just, on which column you want to perform the aggregation, the column name is NETWR, right? In the select query what we have done, so the column name on which we want to NTGW. Okay, this is the column name on which we want to perform the aggregation. Okay, and there are so many catch statement and all you can put inside the try, and so if something goes wrong you will be able to catch the exception, right? And then we can check it, check the syntax. Okay, double it has been come, remove this, double, check this. Press F8, and at last we should have the aggregation. You can see that at last the aggregation is coming, right? At last the aggregation is coming. Now if you want to do the sub aggregation, right, based upon this for all this FERT, right, or for all this ROH you want to put it together. So subtotal, this is the total, right? This is the total. If you want to do the subtotal based upon the material type or maybe material group, how you can do? So sorting will be required first, correct? First, you will require to have the sorting, right? So again, you will get one sort object from the main class itself, geo underscore ALV underscore table, and it is having the sort object. So get sorts, this object you can get, and first you will have to sort, right? Then only you can do the subtotal. So sorting object we will require, and geo underscore sort object is having one method called add sort, this method, and this method you can pass which particular field you want to sort. So I want to sort mtart field. Okay, other thing, let it be like that, you can enable the exception and all, right? After doing this one, you can perform the aggregation, you can perform the subtotal. Okay, so it is having one receiving parameter, you can see that this is receiving parameter, just data keyword we can use, and geo underscore mtart sort, this object you will get, and this object is having a method called, this object is having a method called subtotal. You can see that it is having different methods. Let's search for the subtotal. set group, set subtotal. Okay, and by default true, it's getting passed, right? By default true is getting passed. So just you call this method, and by default value is true. Activate this one, and now press F8, and you can see that based upon the material type AYA1, 1 and 25 is getting added, 26 is coming, AYA2 now 1113, right? FERT all together is getting added and summing it up. So like that you can do. There are so many things in CL solve underscore table, but these are some basic stuff. If you understand this one, you know, you will be able to do, means anything. You can just simply Google it out. There are so many blocks, right? We are just learning, these are some basic stuff. But this will be very useful. This much mostly required, 90% times, 99% type, this much only required. Okay, 1% time, if you are getting something extra, right, you can simply Google it out, and there you will be able to find many depth stuff. SAP standard documentation maybe you can refer, right? So there is no end of learning. Always keep on learning so many things, so many stuff. But if you understood this particular concept, you will be able to utilize, to do the complex things also. Here no field catalog. Okay, you can I have not used field catalog, I need to check. Okay, field catalog, I don't think so. Here it is. Okay, in this field catalog, if you want to perform the field catalog, let's go and see if you have the field catalog. SC24. Let me close some of the session. Or there may be the possibility that it can have, because it is just the group of both together. So this CL underscore salvi underscore table. Come here, and factory, when you are creating the factory stuff, let's go and see the parameter. Container name, list display, fine. So container you can use, right? You can see that container it's given. You can create your container, GUI container reference object, and you can pass into this, mm, you can pass over there. It's the importing parameter. So you can export from there. You can create a container object, and you can pass the container object, okay, along with the container name. This is we can do. And the one which you are telling, the field catalog, but set end of list height, top of list height, all these things, different stuffs are there. Field catalog I need to check. I have not used the field catalog in CL Salvi table. In traditional one I have used, and then in the normal ALV classes I have used that one, and I have shown you also, right? But here I have not used. Need to check. You just also check, go and explore. Okay, fine. Any question, anything else? If you have, feel free to ask. Going to unmute your line, so you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Yes, Raj, please tell me.
Yeah, what's the advantage of the CA ALV class over the object-oriented way of doing the ALV?
Yeah, so here, like when we are learning, the benefit of this, that let me compare once again.
Did I missed it or what?
Yeah,
Today
so
class
here,
only?
no, not in today's class. In beginning itself, we have discussed. Yeah.
Okay.
So here you have many functionality. It is having the like rich functionality, but the development is little complex over here in CLGUI LV grid. Using the ALV object model, it is combination of both the things, and the development is easy over here. Like so many stuff, like if you see here in CL underscore salvi underscore table, we are having most of the events what you are using here also you will get, but the using the stuff is going to be easier, you know. So this has been created for the purpose of ease, right? On the other hand, here the same thing if you are going to do, you know, it will be little complex. It may sometimes in some of the functionality you may realize that it is more complex than this. So main advantage that it is going to be fast. For example, like, you know, if you have to just display the material, right? So you don't have to create basically the field catalog, or you don't have to pass the structure and all. Simply you are going to call the factory method over here, right? So you can see that simply I'm calling the factory method and it's giving me the object and display the data. So here you don't have to pass any structure or something like that, right? So this is one benefit, that development is easier in ALV object model if you compare with this. And this is the object oriented way of development. So for example, like if you have to set the color on the column, right? So just you have to get the column attribute, and you have one dedicated class for setting the color attribute, right? So it's pure, like, you know, class oriented way. Here in the CLGUI ALV grid, you can use the field catalog also over there, right? And like if you have to set the color, you have the style attribute in the method. So little difference in terms of what I personally realize, that development is fast over there, and this is combination of this one and this one, traditional way of doing the development, and then this the normal ALV.
Okay, in factory,
Uh-huh.
if we have a custom field in the
Uh-huh.
final internal table when we are populating,
Uh-huh.
some calculations we are doing on the whole logic, and we are finally populating one custom logic
Mm-hmm.
to populate it. And when we are using the factory, what is the heading it is going to get if it is a custom field when we are not having the field catalog?
Means you are telling that here we have some custom field.
Some 1+2, yeah, 1+2 equals to 3 we are doing on the final internal table, and 3 is a
Uh-huh.
completely custom field. It is not the quantity which is defined as a standard field or some currency field, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the field. So what is the heading it is going to get? And
So you
one
mean
more,
like you mean something like this. Let me do one thing. Let's first discuss this question. Good question. Here, let's suppose one more field we are having, that maybe 5 as extra. Okay.
yeah,
Into table GT Mara has fewer fields than selected. Okay.
because you are not defined in the internal
Hmm.
table.
So I will put it outside. Let it be there, or let me put it over here. I'll
You may
comment.
want to have a separate structure which includes this field and also. That will be easier. But yeah.
So check now, activate this one, and so here nothing is coming.
Correct.
Okay. So we have to think like
Yeah, why
how.
I got this doubt is, say suppose
Uh,
if in the beginning I started doing this development in factory LV method. After the
uh,
complex development has been achieved with all the standard
right.
fields, the customer comes and asks, because you said that field catalog, you did not say you don't know how to enable the field catalog, but you need to explore. So if field catalog itself, the option is not there, And if you wanted to give the heading to the custom field, then again the whole development will go to scrap and will come back to again the container, and there we need to start from scratch. What I felt like, it might be a stupid question, but I don't know.
So here we are getting one option, see set text column. Okay.
I mean, Pankaj, there is a possibility. I mean,
Yeah, so here we have this one, right? Set text column.
Okay.
So this, I think we can give, let for example, Matner, we want to give some custom description. Let's see what happened. Exception has occurred. CX Salvi not found.
It may not know which field you are talking about. That's right. You need to pass the field name and then say what the text is, right?
Field name we have already passed, na? Yeah, please tell me. Yes.
We have to get the column reference as you specified the hotspot property, right? Similar way, you have a set medium text, set short text that already exist in that get column method.
Okay, so yeah, so here actually what I'm trying to do now for this material, let's suppose if you have to pass some different text, right?
No, that's not the thing. I mean, you set cell type hotspot, right? Similar way, you have a set short text, line number 45.
Line number
45, you have a set cell type, right? Similar way, you have a set short text.
Oh, was it there? Set short text. Yeah, yes. Yep. Let's say set short text. Yeah. So here
you can change that. That right. Is only applicable for material number field.
Yeah. Okay. So we will have to get it like in that way. Let's say, yeah. So custom exception is not type compatible with a value.
Because shortest cannot be more than 10 characters.
Oh, is it? Okay. Set talks. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to.
Yeah, that's fine. Custom is also fine. Custom is also fine. To see whether the heading gets changed.
Yeah, you can hear custom exception is coming. Okay.
Okay, got it. Then in that case, we can label the.
Yeah, so there will be some basic stuff like this, the basic thing. So there should be some way, because you can see there are so many methods, so many classes, different classes we are having. Just need to explore those. No?
I mean, when you said the field catalog was not possible, I had this one in my mind and I just asked.
No, see, I'm not sure about that. I'm not 100% sure if the field catalog is possible, because I have not used. But because this, I know that this is the combination of this CL Salvi table is the combination of this and this. So because here you are having the field catalog, right? So there may be the possibility, but here in this you will not be able to set the color on the cell level, color on the cell level. Like here we were doing the coloring at the cell level, right? And based upon some condition we were doing a particular cell. If you want to color here, it was possible, right? But here in CL Salvi table is not possible. So I think field catalog option is not there in this. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, other way of achieving the field catalog is setting this the properties to each column.
Right. Yes. Like that. Yes. So because this is the property here for each field, we can have the different property. You can see that.
Yeah, all the field, most of the field catalog properties.
Yeah, see, set color you have, set currency you have, DDIC reference. See, all these are the field catalog property, right? Edit mask is the field catalog property. Set F1 field catalog property, right? So we have to use in this way instead of using the field catalog.
But this one is all for entire column, right? Not like particular cell. Like say for example, the value is less than 50. You want to do some coloring, then you may want to do it on the loop at internal table and then figure out and then.
No, that is not possible here. That's why, like you can see that. That's why here, here we have discussed that particular things, right? Here the limitation in ALV that this one
First point.
Yeah, here you can't color a cell or a specific row, but you can color a column, right? So at column level we can do the stuff, not at the cell level and a specific row level. Okay.
That means you cannot even use the toggle switch, right? The green signal lights, right? For those
signal light here you can use in this. Signal light is possible here. Okay. Signal light is possible. How you can do the signal light? Icon and all is possible over here. Okay. So I'll tell you, just give me a moment. Here what you can do, you can add one extra status. Okay. Or maybe here itself status as a status. So instead of doing this one, what we have to do, let me add it here itself. Cut from here and I will put it here now. From Mara. And here if you want to do the traffic light, right? So traffic light type, and in the traffic light, how we can do, we have to like set the status. Okay. So the status will be of single character 1 2 3 something like that. So anything like char 1 maybe we can put like this traffic light, and this traffic light we have to populate for each field. So here go to the get
that should
data.
be data type should be icon.
Which one? Icon.
Traffic light icon. ICO. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let us see. Icon is for different purpose, right? Icon is for different purpose. I will show you that. Just give me a moment. Set traffic light. So for setting the traffic light, we can do the loop at GT underscore Mara. Let's use the assigning field symbols. FS simply going to use and end loop, and here FS hyphen, it's having the status, right? Why that is not coming? GT underscore Mara. Okay. Yeah. Yes. We have to. So GT underscore Mara over here, and now it should come, right?
That is local, right? That data declaration.
Yeah. I have to enable this one. Yeah. I have to enable. So globally I have declared now control space and traffic light. So FS traffic light, and now you have the different option for the traffic light basically. Okay. So there are three, like green, yellow, and red, I believe. So for traffic light, let's give the one, and then first let's go and see how it's working. And once you got this data ready, then we have one method. Okay, we have one method. Let's give a try. Okay, so set start of selection, add short, traffic light. So we already have, like, we have already got all the columns, right? Get columns, get all columns, right? So copy this one, and this will be having one method called exception, something like that. Set exception, set exception columns, the second one. Okay, and here we can pass that status value. Group is a space, condense, that is fine. So in this status, system will understand, okay, this status field we are using for the exception value, and let us see how it goes. Check the syntax and activate this one. Some problem. Some problem is there. Let's see where the problem is coming.
Pankaj, it's not status, it's a column traffic light, right? Fielding.
Yes, yes, not the status. We have put traffic light. Yes, you are right. It's not the status. Yes. Control U. Yeah. And here the exception 111 like this is coming. Okay. And again, like if you want to change this long text and all, you can change this one. By default, it's coming the name as exception. So it's possible. And if you want to change at the field level, means based upon some condition, that is also. So here, like, if you want where mtart equal to or maybe I can do like this. Case fs mtart, and when a row, in this case you want to put 1. So there are 3, you can put the 3 row, then FEIT, right? For this we can put different material type. If you want to put the different color, maximum you can put the 3 color, red, yellow and green. So 3 different color we can put it. So what will happen, that based upon the material type, it will display the color, and you can see that the material type, this A1. So for this nothing is defined, so nothing blank is coming. This is the FEIT, so yellow is coming, and this is the HLB, so like this it is coming, right? So conditional, like on based upon some, like if you find something is going into the error, we can give this red one. Something is like perfect, we can give this one, right? So for HALB, green is coming. For HALB 3 we are giving, this is the green, this is the yellow, and this is the red. Okay, so ROH is for red, right? ROH, you can say ROH is for red. So this is possible, right? Icon also you can do in the same way. The table for the icon is icons. Okay.
Yeah,
See?
I mean, client doesn't want to see 3 traffic lights, and they just wanted to see 1 green, 1 yellow. So in that case,
one
I have to
single. Yeah, in that case you have
yeah.
to go for the icon. Yes, then that is here. Instead of this, we can put one more icon. And for the icon, I think icon is the same, right?
Yep.
the data element. For icon, type icon underscore
Icon only.
Icon only.
Yep.
Let's see, otherwise it can create the problem. Icon F7 transparent table. Icon is the transparent table.
Okay. Icon ID.
Yeah, icon here. Icon is the icon ID, right?
Yeah.
Here icon is nothing but icon ID. Type icon underscore D. Icon underscore D. So this looks good now. And for here you can go to the get data, and here icon also we can so perform set traffic light, and here itself, let's suppose if you want to put the icon fs hyphen icon ID. So icon ID, how to set this icon ID? There is a table called icon, right?
Icon underscore green light, icon underscore yellow light.
Right. So that we have to get some icon from there. So select let me first show you the table. SC11 icon is the table F7, and here go to the content, run this one. ID icon name, you can see that. So ID is basically required over here. So some 5 we can take, right?
No,
So come over
directly
here.
you can pass the icon underscore green light. That will work.
This name, right?
Yeah, name. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's pass it directly. But until and unless you are going to get this ID, how it will work? It will not work.
No, it will take Pankaj.
Okay, let's give a try. Icon underscore ID. You are
Underscore
telling,
green.
yeah,
Icon
tell me.
underscore green light. Icon underscore
Icon
green light.
underscore green light.
Green light. Yeah.
Like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Icon underscore green light. Icon underscore. This is again coming like this only, right? I think this one. Icon LED green, right?
LED green. Yeah.
Yeah. Icon LED green. I'm not sure if it is work. Check the syntax. Fine. Activate this.
It should not work actually because your field is different, right?
Field is different and many other things, because ID system understands the ID as per my understanding. Let's see. See, for icon, nothing is coming, right? What you have to do basically, you have to put a select query here. Select, and you have to get the icon ID. Okay. Select ID into data LV underscore ID.
Or maybe pass ID directly, right?
Yeah.
Instead of ID,
right. That is
icon,
fine.
just get the ID and put it there instead of
That will also work. Yeah, that will also work. That will also work. Directly we can pass. So where the name, right? It's name, and now we can pass it this one. And LV underscore ID we can give this one. So single, just type it single. Select single into data @data. Okay. Activate this. Activate. So now it should work fine. Okay. Now also it's not coming. Why? Now what's the problem? ROH icon ID. No, after doing this one, we have to set this, right? Just we are displaying this. We have to perform some more step, right? We have to perform some more step. And that step, like we have to again get the uh, reference of icon as we are doing earlier, right? Here, set the, I'll just copy this. Control V, and here we have the icon, right? Icon ID, icon ID. So exception, no, not this one. Basically we have to get the reference of that column, right? Let me remove this. All column, where is the all column? Get all columns, this one, right? So I'll copy this one and paste it over here, and this is the icon, and here icon ID. So icon ID, we got it. And after this one, we have this, right? This value we have to wide cast to that column table, correct? This one, salvage table, single column, because it is having a property, correct? So this, we have to do the white casting first. Full stop, and then set icon, right? Geo salvi table, just 1 second. This geo icon column, and here we are getting this. It looks good now, right? And geo underscore salvi, this is having one method. That method is what? Set icon, something like that, right? Yeah, this one. Set icon, and by default it will be true. So either you enable or not enable, not a problem. And now it should work. Okay, it's not working, right? Let us see the data is coming properly or not. Here, before display, start of selection, geo CLV table display, set icon, a value, and now come here. Two places, just I'm putting the breakpoint, and let us see. It should work basically. This is select ID, LV underscore ID. This is okay. And LV underscore ID we are putting for ROH, right? So ROH is there at last, correct? So we have to go, yeah, it's coming, right? ROH is there at last. So it's coming over here. So only for ROH, it's populating. And the one he was telling, let's go and try giving like that, because it was not going into dump and all. So let's go and quickly check that. Get data and traffic light, and directly icon LED green. Copy this one, and here we will put like this only, right? Let's see.
That codes are not required.
The quotes is not required, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just a second. Okay. Check it, and activate this one. F8 and go down. Yeah, now also it's coming. Okay, so directly we can give that name also and it's working fine. Okay. Okay, you can see that it's under the type group, and that ID which define the name is actually we are passing by passing this stuff, we are passing the ID basically, right? So if you double click over here, it's directly taking to and going to the green, and this value we are passing. So this is the value we can pass. And in the table level, if you want to see that value, how you can see? Tell me if you want to see that particular value.
Just double click on the row.
Double click. Not coming, right?
I think you need to do the conversion of the ID, right?
Right, very good. We have to do the conversion. Okay, so if you do the conversion, you will get those data over here. So just go back, go to the settings, user parameters, and here respect conversion exit. Yes, and run this. Not coming now also, right?
Double click the line. I think then in that case we need to find it from somebody, somewhere else.
Okay, just one more try. If I remove that, if we remove this one, then here, no, some option here itself it comes actually that all those fields.
Yeah, so click on that icon, internal one.
Yeah, I've clicked over here, I think we have to get it from the type group only, the icon type group we are having, and there they have defined all the value. This icon type group. Here, from here, only we have to get it. So if you want to hard code this one, we can do, but better to use this one, this value. Fine, then I think we are good now, and we have learned about CL Salvi underscore table. Tomorrow, please go through all the stuff what you have learned and have a revision. I will be asking question tomorrow. I'm going to take you through the slide number 1 and going to ask the question. You have to give the answer. Okay, in the chat box you are going to give the answer, or maybe I will use the Slido also. You have to give the answer. So just a kind of revision session, and before having the revision, maybe I will be discussing some 1 or 2 more concept which I feel important. For example, like the flush, right? How to use the flush, because many a time you will come across this flush. There is one more called dispatch. Okay, so I will discuss these 2 concepts. Okay, though this is not the part of the syllabus, but I think it will be good if you know, and I will be sharing those videos and everything tomorrow. Okay, please go through all this, have a revision, and tomorrow we will be having a kind of question and answer session after discussing this flush and dispatch. Is it okay?
Yes.
Fine then. Thank you for attending the session. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Good night.